Hey y'all, this is Tamika, the face behind Hey HR, and I am so excited to go ahead and kind of finish what we're talking about with the pay transparency. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, then I'll definitely tag the video at the end where I just told you what pay transparency was. Now, if you want to know more about the good and the bad of pay transparency, then definitely keep watching. So I always like starting things on a positive note. So first, let's talk about all the good things about pay transparency. And the very first thing that I absolutely love about pay transparency is that it allows candidates to know if the pay for that position is within their target range. So many times I have people that reach out to me and they're like, hey, what should I be asking for? What salary should I be looking for? It does not depend on the company 100%. A lot of that responsibility lies in the hands of the employee as well. So what you definitely should be doing is making sure that you've created a budget. Make sure that you know exactly what you need as your minimum to take care of your household expenses and what do you want as your maximum to be able to do the things you've dreamed of. And that should be your pay range for every single job that you're applying to. If by chance you're applying to a job and you're just starting your career, yeah, you might have to go a little bit lower. So just keep paying attention because I definitely will have a video to tell you how to balance out the finances for that. For now, let me continue telling you about the good with pay transparency. It's going to tell you if this job is within your target range. Like, is it worth your while? Does it even make sense to do these interviews? Does it make sense to take this job offer? Should you be excited when you get this job offer? How long should you stay at this job? Depending on if it's in your pay range or not. And so I absolutely love pay transparency for that. Pay transparency has some more goods to go with it too, y'all. So the next thing kind of works in the hands of the employer. It gives the company definitives on their finances. Now you don't have to worry about if you're going to go over what the company has budgeted for salaries or benefits or anything else that goes to employees. Now companies really know, like, you know what, this is how much we've budgeted and this is all that we have. We don't have to worry about any hiring managers asking for more or feeling like we've already maxed out what we already had for this position. It really allows the employer to stay within some paid definitives. Now let's take it back to the employee and the job seeker, because there's some more good and great benefits for the job seeker as well. And so the next thing is that it really helps decrease the chance of any pay gaps or pay transparencies or pay discrepancies. And another thing on top of that, because it kind of goes hand in hand, is that it also helps with DEI initiatives. I say that because it's been so long that females have gotten paid less than males, minorities have gotten paid less than those who are not minorities. It has been going on for so long, and I was so excited when I watched the 54th annual NAACP Awards and watched Gabrielle Union really do a good push, not only for pay transparency, but also for gender equality. I really feel like whenever you start getting the big public figures in the middle of it all, that it really pushed for some changes. I mean, really, why does Gabrielle Union really care about pay transparency when her pay is pretty comfortable, right? You can just imagine that even in her pay range, there's some discrepancies going on there. So I'll just go ahead and put in a little clip of her talking about pay transparency at the NAACP Awards.
Gabrielle has used her platform to speak out on issues that mean so much to so many. Advocating for racial justice and voting rights, eradicating poverty, and was appointed by President Obama to the National Advisory Committee for Violence Against Women.
Don't forget that Black women make 63 cents on the dollar. So if you happen to get the microphone first when we're talking about pay equity, make sure you remember the rest of us behind you.
Now, on the flip side, there are some bad that go with pay transparencies. And many people may say, Tamika, what could be bad about it? And I'm going to go ahead and let you know that there are just some things that we don't really look at when we're thinking about something that's going to impact us so well. One of the things is that some companies just aren't prepared. They have no salary charts. They've done no research for internal equality. They've done no research for external parity. And it's kind of scary, because a lot of companies are winging it. Like, they really have not set a base on, like, what is this job worth to us? What is it worth to us to keep this employee against our competitors? What is it worth for us to be able to give a salary where they're comfortable, where they can live comfortably and not worry about finances, so that they can think more clear and be more productive? Now, because they don't have these baselines, then the next bad is that some companies are just winging it. They're literally making these salary ranges on themselves. They're not doing the research. They're not going out there to see What does it look like internally? What does it look like externally? What should it look like long term? They're really just kind of saying, okay, well, we probably can afford this. We potentially can afford that, and going with it versus creating some hard definitives and standing with something that's uniform and concrete. And I'm not trying to take up for companies here, but the last bad thing is that some companies, they just aren't educated. They don't know that there are resources. There are external compensation agencies that they can research or partner with to get their research of tons and tons of data that they've gathered from various surveys and be able to come up with something more concrete. They don't know that you can go to the Department of Labor, see what the cost of living has increased or decreased, and we all know it's always on an increase, and just figure out from that what we should be increasing every year. And some companies just have no clue. It would be great if most companies look at compensation analysis professionals as somebody that really, really benefits the company, but they don't. And that's a bad thing. Now, just to go ahead and clear this thing up, pay transparency is generally being fair with pay or fair pay. And that just means that overall, the company is being internally equitable. They're also being externally competitive. So internally equitable means this group within this department, this business unit, no one's getting paid more than the other. Everyone's getting paid the same based on their skills, their years of experience, what they're contributing to the job, and different factors that would definitely say, okay, this makes it internally equitable where everyone's taking home a fair pay. Now, externally competitive means we're paying enough so that this employee doesn't go to an external party to decide, okay, I'm going to look at this company because my company's not paying enough. They're not staying up with the pay that it should be. Each year that cost of living is increasing. They're not increasing my pay. And then lastly, fair pay also means being transparent to employees. So making sure that employees know, like, hey, this is what the salary is. There are a lot of public agencies like local government, police officers, school teachers, hospitals, and companies that are totally public that already have pay charts on their website. It's been there existing for a long time. They're not always super duper attractive. It literally mainly just shows the salaries. It doesn't show the other things that pay transparency covers, like benefits or commission or bonuses or retirement or anything like that. But at least it does show what that pay salary is for the base salary. And so we're just looking at a time now where the world is kind of changing into that. I just wanted to make sure that you guys know all about pay transparency because honestly, you know, a little tip for you, I personally would only apply to jobs that only show that pay salary so that I'm not even thinking about it. If my skills are super duper good, I know I'm a competitive candidate, I might apply somewhere where I'm not seeing a pay chart or a pay philosophy or a pay statement. If you guys want to know more resources on top of the video that I already did, then I also have a blog on HR.com. I'll have that posted not only at the end of this video, but also in the description box where you guys can check out my blog that tells you all about pay transparency and gives you some really good links to look at what pay looks like for you. For those of you who are new, I hope that you found this video valuable enough to subscribe. And for those of you who are returning, I thank you so much for returning. I just cannot wait to see you all on the next video.